Hey guys, welcome to Fortune Fire. Um, I have been sitting with this idea for this podcast for uh, probably honestly ever since I started the podcast, but I just wasn't prepared to share this part of my life with people because a lot of this stuff I have never even spoke out loud before, ever. And it's honestly very uncomfortable for me to talk about. But part of this process has been about me learning how to be acceptable with stepping out of my comfort zone and doing things that are stretching me because stretching means growth. And I don't want to. I don't want to. mm, okay. I'm like so to do this. Um, God give me the strength to do this. Okay. Um, Trigger warning before anybody watches this. This is going to dive deep, deep, deep into my trauma and shadows side. And that being said, it is kind of dark to say the least, and very I'm not going to hold back anything basically when I do discuss all of this. And it can be triggering for some, especially those that are still in similar situations. But that is why I have to do this and share my story so that hopefully I can give strength to other people that have gone through what I have went through or are going through what I went through, and maybe possibly give them the strength to get out. So, um if you do, like, if you get triggered by domestic violence or anything like that, abuse or stuff like that, then don't watch this basically. So, um how do I want to start this? I guess we'll start from the very beginning. Basically, my self worth really started, like, my lack of self worth or whatever. Sorry. Oh, yeah. And change of scenery because I had to. I'm redoing the garage, so um, we're in my room. Welcome. But so when I was a kid, I was, I want to say 13 when my mom married my stepdad. And he wanted us to call him Papa, and I didn't want to, and I was very like, no, we're not doing that. You're not my dad. Type of energy, and he I don't know if it was because of that. Like, he felt like he had to have control over me or something because I was like going against what he wanted or something, or I don't know. Anyways, he started sneaking into my bedroom. I tried to tell my mom about it. I've discussed this before, but I just wanted to reiterate in case other people haven't seen the other posts that I've posted but have watched this. Anyways, so I try to talk to my mom about this. My mom ends up turning it around on me, basically like saying things like if I didn't dress a certain way or if I wasn't so out there, if I wasn't so basically like judging me for being a kid. and for wearing certain things and for being bubbly, because I've always been like this very outgoing, outspoken person. And so I guess I asked for it, is what she was trying to tell me. And it's very difficult when the person that is supposed to protect you with her life turns on you. And, you know, my whole life, my mom was an addict. Like, she was an addict, and she, was very chaotic, very dysfunctional, very abusive to us as kids. Like, not physically, but like just always in and out, always unstable, always belittling us and disappearing for months at a time, thinking that she could come back in and buy our love with money. And that is another reason why you cannot impress me with buying me things, because that's what my parents did to me as like my whole life. My parents, like, literally my dad, he felt guilty because he divorced my mother and came to live over here in Texas. And so we basically never saw him. He never checked on us, or he never, like, it was basically a non existent relationship. And so he felt the need to buy our love or affection, adoration, or whatever when we would come to visit him, and he would spoil us and buy us things. Like, mm-mm. I need more than money. Like, I don't get enjoyment out of money. I don't That's crazy to me. Anyways, so then okay, so sorry. I lost my train of thought. But so my mom, turned around on me. Okay. Now, fast forward to growing up as a kid, I did my choices and I listened to the devil, and like telling me all the bad things about, oh, you're so unworthy, no one could ever like truly love you, and all this. And so I started self-harming, and I did try to commit suicide after that. After I had tried to, at first I had tried to commit suicide, and then I eventually got the courage to go run to my best friend's house and call my dad, and my dad came to rescue me. Anyways, and then I was worried about, like, if I left my sister in it. So, yeah, that's another story. But fast forward to, like, I always just had to numb the pain of my trauma. I could never face it. I didn't want to face it. I didn't want to face the fact that, you know, so much of my self worth relied on the pride of my parents, I guess. Like, I don't know how to explain it, like, recognition that I got from them, I guess, acknowledgement. And so I always just felt like I had to change who I was to please them, to please everybody, to keep the peace, because I could never speak out on anything, or I could never, like, stand up for myself, because when I did try to stand up for myself, basically I got told it was my fault. And so then fast forward to, I went down a very dark path. I was into drugs, I was into drinking, partying, going out clubbing, all of that. I did it. I mean, you cannot think of anything that anybody has done in that type of life that I didn't do. I'm just saying, just because I didn't get caught or whatever. But I did some very, very dark stuff. And I just, I don't don't know. I felt like I was always running from something. I felt like the darkness was trying to swallow me whole, and for a little bit, it did succeed. It did. And I just felt so torn up in myself about everything I had gone through up until that point. And this is probably, around 19, 20 year old Priscilla. And so, okay, now we're going to fast forward a little bit. Up until this point, I had had a few somewhat serious relationships, but nothing really of importance, really. And then I met my ex husband, and which is also the father of my kids. Well, three of them. And he really put on this whole persona, like in the beginning. Um, he really catered to me. He really went above and beyond in the beginning. And I really thought that I had lucked out. Like, this is the life I had always dreamed of. You know, like, this is the life. This is the life I had always dreamed of. Anyways, I can't remember exactly how it started. Oh, Lord. I should have grabbed some tissues. Um, just in case. Um, but it was like I couldn't be friends with guys. I had to cut off all my guy friends because if I had guy friends, he yeah, I just couldn't have guy friends. I guess cuz what he was doing. Um so he was like projecting onto me, and I couldn't wear certain things because he said that I was dressing too slutty or too provocative or whatever. And so he picked what I wore. Um, I couldn't go anywhere in town without, like, I couldn't go out the house without him. I couldn't. Um, he cut me off from all of my family and my friends. Which, I mean, let me rephrase. He recommended that I cut them all off or he would leave me. And I didn't want to lose my husband, and so I was like, or the father of my kids. So I was like, oh no, okay, I'll do whatever you ask, basically. Um, if I even looked in the direction of somebody in public that was of the opposite sex, I would get accused of checking them out. And he'd flip out on me like very bad. Um, like cause a whole big thing about it. And I think the first time he actually put hands on me though was when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter. And I was literally trying to run from him and he shoved me down while I was pregnant. I do have a witness to that. Um I should have left then. I pity that girl because I should have left that first day he put hands on me. Um had I known, well, no, I can't say that because then I wouldn't have my other kids. So, I mean, God knew I needed to go through all of it and I needed all of my kids. But, I don't know. I don't know. Um, Throughout the course of my 14-year marriage, there were some good times, but I feel like it was all fake or to make up or to try to make right the things he did. Like, all he did was cheat on me. All he did was talk and lust after other people, guys and girls, apparently. And, I don't know. He, I really don't know why he did it. Um, he in the beginning, he did put hands on me several times. Black eyes, arms. I have a scar on my ear where he, like, I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can see it. But that scar on my ear is from where he literally, like, bit my ear and, like, almost ripped it off. Like, almost ripped my ear off. Like, he did rip some of my skin. And I have, like, a really bad scar on this ear. When you're when you're around me in public, you could see it. But that's from him. And I think that was from when I had seen a shirtless guy on TV or something, and he got mad and said that I wanted them more than him or some shit. I can't, sorry. I can't even remember what he said or why he did it. Not only that, he told me all the time how I was the reason he cheated, how I couldn't do anything right, like just always belittling me and oh no, calling me crazy, saying all I want to do is nag. Like, anytime I would try to tell him, you're hurting my feelings, or why can't you just love me? Like, this isn't how it's supposed to be. Like, I just want us to be good. Like, I don't understand why you need other people. And all of this, it was always like, I'm crazy. If, who's gonna want me with 4 kids? If I think I can find any better than bounce, and I don't know how many times I heard that. Like, he used to tell me all the time, leave, leave. If I'm so bad, then effing leave, and all this. When I would literally just be trying to have a conversation with him. But you know why? Because he doesn't want to be faced with his crap. He didn't want to change. He didn't want to grow. He just wanted to abuse and use. So, like, I don't know. I really, really feel bad for that old version of me that was like so, I don't even know. I really, I really feel like the thing that kept me there the longest, to be honest, was the fact that I grew up in a divorced household and I freaking hated it. And I just wanted to keep my family together. So I was willing to sacrifice my life as long as my kids were good. Because, I mean, he was never bad to the kids, like, he was just bad to me. And I could never understand why. And I always felt like, okay, well, maybe it is me. Like, he really had me believe in that. Like, well, maybe I did do something wrong. Or, no. When somebody is unhealed and will not face the darkness within themselves, that tends to bleed out onto everything in their life, including their relationships. It is real easy to see the character of a person's soul by their behavior. someone can say anything all day long, but the behavior is what you pay attention to. I'm just saying. So yeah, he could sit here and spin me all these sweet webs of that he's done all these years, but I finally saw him for the evil person that he was. Like that's what it all boils down to. Like literally years and years and years of abuse. And in the end, like it literally got to the point where I was like, I don't even feel like your spouse anymore. Like you don't, I don't feel any spark or anything. And like when you're telling your spouse that, like, can we do stuff, can we go do stuff, can we, like try, maybe we need to go to therapy, like trying to figure stuff out still. And when only one person is trying, there's no point. And if one is on, like, it's like, and then you got to think of the different levels that you're at each other. And if one, say if one is way up here in their growth and one is still down here, y'all are never going to see eye to eye. It's never going to happen. You're just going to keep going round and round and round like a hamster on a freaking wheel and wonder why you're so tired. I'm just saying. My problem is, I feel like we allow others to have too much control over our choices because we just, what is the word I'm looking for? Hold on, I gotta find it. Oh no, I lost that one. I lost that one. It must have not been important. I lost that one. Um, but I really want other women, possibly, like, you need to find your strength. Like, or even men. Like, men get abused too. Don't get it twisted. Some girls are beasts. Like, some are mean as hell. I'm just saying. So even men, like, men get abused too. Like, men don't deserve that either. I'm just saying. Men deserve to be treated well just as much as women. I'm not like trying to be gender or whatever biased. I just more so relate to the women because I want to save women and children, like my situation. I don't know. And or help them heal. And it's like, okay, let me share some more story and then maybe you could understand more. There was an incident where I was literally beat for hours. This was the most excruciating um thing I have ever been through in my entire life, other than childbirth. Um, it all stemmed from a Facebook message coming to my phone while I was sitting next to my ex, and he thought that me and the guy were hooking up because the guy texted me, "Hey, newsflash, buddy. Anybody that is on somebody's page, if they feel the urge to say hi, they're gonna say hi, regardless if they've talked to them or not." But he didn't believe me. That he thought I was screwing around with this guy. All projection, because come to find out, he was sleeping with my best friend at the time. Ended up getting her pregnant, but that's a different story. Um, so he was just like projecting what he was doing onto me. Um, it started with screaming and him getting in my face. And then all of a sudden, he started just slinging me around, and somehow he even got the shotgun out of the closet and was like beating me with the butt of the shotgun on this arm. I still have problems with this arm. I think he did like somewhat fracture it or something because I did have problems with it for weeks after. I just never went to the hospital. Um, anyways, he I'm the type of person I walk in my truth all day, every day, regardless who I stand against. If that is not crystal clear by now. He was beating me so severely, y'all, because he wanted me to admit that I was hooking up with this dude or that I had even spoke to this dude before. And I had not, regardless of what the hell he believed. So I was like, hell no, I am not admitting to something I did not do. Kiss my butt. Like, I am not. I'm not. I will never admit to something I did not do. I don't care. Like, I don't care about all that, like the shame and all that and stuff like that, obviously. But, I don't know. And, anyways, he ends up choking me out, y'all. And I'm here to tell you that I died. I don't care what anyone believes. If they don't believe me, if they think I'm crazy for this, but I died. And my heart stopped. I remember a moment with God in those moments. And whether it be a dream or whatever, I don't care. I don't care. And he gave me some instructions and advice and messages, and also told me that he's not done with me, that he has plans for me. And because of that, I'm still here. Like, just because of that. But God, like, literally anything you are up against but God. I'm just saying. And it took me a while still to break free of the chain of my ex. It did. Even after that, anyways, after that, I hid out for like 2 months because, like, when I tell y'all my face was like so, like, my eyes were sewn shut, all sorts of stuff. Oh, and then like a little bit later that night, I had also actually got free of him and actually made it outside and almost to the police station. And then he caught me and I went back. Like, I did go back. I went back every time. That's why, like, I'm here to tell y'all if anybody else is struggling with this, like, abuse and stuff and is, like, freaking out to leave, I get it. Like, I get how hard it is. I completely understand because I was there. Y'all, like, I ran away to California one time. I had split up with him because I was so worried that I would not be able to say no to him because I feel like I had that, what do they call it? Stockholm syndrome, where you're like in love with your abuser or whatever, or like it's like, or well, I think the way they talk about it is like a kidnapper, but it's like kind of like the same gist, or you get what I'm saying. So I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I couldn't ever say no. And because of I didn't want to, I was scared. I was scared to change. Let's be fucking for real. Sorry. I just realized that. I just realized that. My bad. I didn't mean to say it like that. But I just realized that, y'all. I was afraid. And that's kind of, I don't know, hard for me to admit. I won't lie. But I'm not afraid now. I mean, that's got to count for something, I guess. So, anyway, fast forward. He just always filled my head with what I wanted to hear, bro. Like, he always made it sound good after. I don't know. I don't know, you know. Sorry. It just hit me what he would do. And it kind of freaking hurt. Um, he would pray on what I wanted from him, and he would use that to manipulate me to stay. That's what he did. And he would treat me how he knew I wanted and literally manipulated me to stay every time. Like, giving me everything I wanted. And then I would stay trapped for years and years and years, spinning like a hamster on the wheel and wondering why my soul was always tired. And God kept screaming at me to get out, and I wouldn't listen. And it literally took after he got his teeth done, he was very, very mean to me because he got dentures. And so I guess after that, he started feeling himself and thinking that he could do better than me. Um, but so he started being very ugly to me and like very belittling and all this. Where was I going with that? Hold on. I lost my train of thought. I don't know. I guess it was important. I'm doing this really late at night, so my brain isn't really like all here right now. Um, okay. But basically back to just oh yeah. Okay, so but I was in my prayer closet and I was on my knees and it was like a really bad night. I can't even remember. I was like, I don't know. Anytime I would even ask him to like give me attention, get off the phone. What are you, my mom? Like he would rather do anything but give me attention. And it just makes you feel very alone. And so during that time I would go to God. Like that's God is the only person I had in my whole life, God and Jesus, and so, I was on my knees and I was like, I can't do this anymore, Lord. Like, I can't. I can't. I can't live like this. I can't. And everybody, I believed that, like, the devil wrapped his whole thing around me. And he was like, I really believe that everybody would be better off without me. This was the time that was probably the most scariest, how do you call it, suicidal ideation for me, because I actually made letters and plans. Like I even kept the letters for a while. And I don't know. It just I literally was on my knees and I was like I had a handful of pills and I was about to take them all and not care and not feel anymore. I was just so tired of feeling pain and nothing else. And so I just wanted it to stop. And that's where the darkness will swallow you whole into the pit if you allow it, is because we are faced with the darkness, but we don't want to face it. And so we always run from it. And in running, we harm ourselves, like our soul. It chips away bits of our soul until we're left like as an empty, like, think of a turtle shell or something without the turtle inside. Sorry. Um, Let me see. So, anyways, um, when I was about to take the pills, I felt Jesus. Jesus left the 99 to find the one. Like, he came and enveloped me, y'all. Like, the warmth of Jesus is something that you cannot explain. You cannot. You have to feel it. You have to be able to feel the Holy Spirit. Like, you have to be able to feel it. You just have to be able to feel it. There's no explaining it. There isn't. It just is. And it's so amazing and good and pure and safe. And there's nothing like it. And you could search your whole life for this feeling, y'all, and never find it. I'm just saying. But so basically I decided not to go through with my plan, and that my kids needed me and that I needed to fight. The next day I woke up, went to work, and exploded my whole life. I basically told my ex that I'm leaving. This is it. We're getting a divorce. I don't want to be with you anymore. Like XYZ. You need help type stuff. Like, I want to be around my family. I can't do this anymore. Which, funny. Why did I want to be around more abusers? Oh, Lord. Um, so, yeah, and because of that, sometimes they like to say things and talk about me, and I honestly don't care what is said anymore at this point, because I know the truth and I know what was done and what was said, and all the years and years and years and years of manipulation and abuse at the hands of these people that I went through. And I have every right to speak about it, and especially if it helps people. Like, I am proof that there is another way, ladies. Like, y'all don't have to stay. Like, y'all, when I left my ex, I left with nothing. I gave up everything. I literally was living in a homeless shelter, 35 with a curfew. I did that because I knew that anything was better than where I was at. And I just, I want more for my life. What is wrong with wanting more? Like, why always be like trapped in the. No, I want to go do things and be free. My ex used to always say when I would like be trying to make it clear that I was done, like, oh, you just want to go be wild, go wild. Like, okay, wild and free. That's me. Wild and free. But at least I'm freaking happy. Can you say that? I'm just saying. Um, you have to face the darkness and you have to get out of toxic relationships, y'all. Because God wants us to feel love, peace, hope, joy. That is the world God created for us. It is the devil that turned it into this. And it is dang about time that we, as humanity, do our part to try to fix that. We can make a difference. All of us. You just have to get off your butt and go do it. Quit being a scaredy cat. I'm just saying. Face your crap. It's not. Okay, let me. Whew! I almost said something. Let me rephrase, because I almost said it's not that hard, and it is. It is. It is. Um, it is. But, I don't know. This ended up being a really long podcast. So I don't blame y'all if y'all don't watch this all, but I don't know. I had to share some more of my testimony, and I won't lie, at first this was very, very difficult and whatever for me to even think about discussing because I didn't want them or him to think I'm like trying to throw slugs, but God says that speaking on your trauma, y'all, and your pain, it relinquishes the power that it has over you in your mind. Sorry, hold on. So, you as a person, and especially when you're healing, and especially when you're trying to use your story to help others, you have every right to speak on it. You do. And I honestly don't care what anyone has to say about that because I'm me and I'm a grown person and I can make my own choices. And yeah. Anyways, I can't even think of nothing else right now. I'm so tired. It's so late. Oh, but it's officially Mother's Day now. Happy Mother's Day, y'all. And get out of that toxic crap. For real. It's so worth it. It's so, so worth it. I promise. It really is. Anyways, I think that's it. Yeah. Anyways, until next time, God bless.